So I just want to come and thank you guys for joining us. This is Mike, and this is Terry. This is Terry. She's my friend. You'd never know, but it's true.
Yeah.
So we are going to talk today about Alzheimer's, the diagnosis, a caregiver. We're just trying to help you guys. If you've heard somebody has it or you have it, we just want to help. So that's no problem.
Put them in the garage.
So that's what we're going to do today. We're talking about Alzheimer's. So, Terry,
Yay.
I know, right? I know. Okay, I'll ask you first. Who noticed it first? You or
Him.
Mike?
Her husband.
Her husband. Okay.
Yeah.
What is it that you noticed?
The first time I noticed it, she had just had knee surgery.
Okay.
She was still in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
and there was something off about her memory.
Mm.
I don't know if it had to do with the anesthesia, because it only been 2 days after or whatever. But that was the first. And then it was a few months later, just started noticing the short-term memory was not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it kept going on, and it was different things. Maybe we'd watch the same show twice, back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the third time, she'd go, I think we've seen this before.
Mm.
Or ask the same question, like, what's for dinner? Or do we have anything going? Or it was just little things.
Yeah.
So.
And you had a feeling like, okay.
There was something up. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We went to see our primary doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He gave her a memory test,
Okay.
which she did not do well on.
Oh, okay.
True.
And it was stuff like, you could draw the picture of the clock. She could do that. Didn't know really what day of the week it was. Didn't know what season of the year it was, month it was. Different little things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her saying to me, Mike keeps saying he thinks I have Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And she says, but I'm 70. I'm 70. Like, can't I forget some things? And I said, well, yeah, of course. But I only get to talk to her, once every couple of weeks. So I don't see it like you see it,
Yeah.
So, yeah. So when did you notice it? Did you notice it before?
I honestly don't think I have Alzheimer's, but they took a blood test and I do have the beginnings of Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And that. So how can I put it? My mother had Alzheimer's. Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming that that's going to be what happens to one of my sisters too.
Yeah.
And that. And I just try to do my best. That's all I can do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't try to be conscious all the time about it.
Okay.
It's
not in the forefront of your brain at all times.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Is it in yours?
Yeah, oh, yes.
Is it? Are you afraid of some? What are you afraid of?
Give me a second.
Sure. Tissues. I knew they were coming.
Yeah,
I understand.
I could see.
Yeah.
I
understand. Every podcast I've done so far, we've had tears, so I expected this. You can cry all you want.
I'm a crier anyway, so
I am too.
Don't. I'm okay.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know really to put one thing as the part. Just it's not a good disease.
No, it is not.
No,
it's a scary disease. Yeah,
it isn't.
And it's terrible to see somebody go through it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I know her mom went through it, and her mom was violent, right? Your mom was violent.
She had times that she would get, and that I had her in at home for a while until she started wandering, and then my sisters and I, we had to put her in a facility, and she stayed there, in an Alzheimer's facility, for the rest of her life, basically.
How long was she there?
Oh, I can't even remember.
Was it years?
Yeah, she was
probably several years. Yeah,
probably close to 10 years.
Oh my gosh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, off and on. Because she stayed with us for a little bit, and then she went to different facilities. Some of the facilities she could walk around in, or still do things. And then the last couple of years, she was in one in Mentone area, Redwood. and she was confined to a chair,
Yeah.
and strapped into the chair basically because she couldn't walk, she couldn't feed herself or anything like that. So.
And that's part of what's going to happen, at that. Well, and she was older, much older.
Yeah. Oh, she was.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Microphones are a pain in the rear end. Well, the reason I'm so interested in it myself is because I catch myself forgetting a lot of things. Now, all my friends say, "Oh, you're 50 years old. It's very normal." But like literally, I'll watch a show with my husband, and then, we'll be looking through it again. Oh, let's watch that. He's like, "Well, we watched that already."
Yeah.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
No recollection.
We do the same
Yeah.
thing.
And then I had a customer one day doing her nails, and I guess I told her a story, and then she looked at me and she goes, "Miss Lisa," and I said, "What?" And she goes, "Are you joking with me right now?" And I go, "No, why? What do you mean?" And she goes, "You just told me that story." I had zero recollection of that story that I had already told her. That scares me. You know what I mean? That makes me nervous. So I thought, well, who better to talk to than Terry and Mike? Because I just, I know Terry just got diagnosed, and this may help me. I have no idea, but I'm doing it because somebody will need help.
The doctors at Loma Linda put me on a medication, 1 pill in the morning and 1 pill at the night. I don't know if that's helping or whatever, or what it's for. They just, said because they believe I have Alzheimer's. I don't, and when I say I don't think I have it to the major.
Right.
I think, I'm 73. I don't remember everything,
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm 73 years old. I only got so much left in my brain, 72.
I was like in my head, isn't she 72? Yeah. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying, Mike. Yeah. It's just little things.
Yeah. Little things.
She'll be in the car and she wouldn't remember how to turn off the windshield wipers or turn on the windshield wipers. She got kind of lost going to your place one time or coming back from your place one time. She went to the hairdresser, and granted, she hadn't gone to the hairdresser in
years,
6 months to a year, maybe 2 years. So she was off as far how to get there. But once I told her where she was at and she was too far, she remembered. She hasn't forgotten about how to drive or who I am or where she lives.
Right.
But it's other things.
Yeah.
We'll do the same conversation a couple of times. We'll ask the same questions. Sometimes she gets agitated. At the beginning, she got very agitated.
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember her telling me, like, I'm very frustrated.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything wrong. I just don't have it in the exact place. Don't worry. Don't worry.
That's okay.
Yep. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're golden.
Now
we'll see.
Yeah. Right.
We'll see.
We shall see. Okay. Well, so far we're doing great. Okay. So how you feel about the diagnosis? You don't even truly believe that you have it, or at least not.
I don't. When I think of Alzheimer's, I think the worst.
Like your mom.
My mom. Yeah. I don't think I'm at that point or anything. And I've already told him, if I get like that, you put me in a facility, you go on with your life, don't worry about me. Yeah.
I've told my husband and my kids the same thing. I said, if I ever forget who you are, please take me somewhere and don't come and visit me. Because I can't imagine how hard it is, to have to go see somebody and they don't know who you are anymore. When you birth them even, or.
Yeah. No, and that was hard with my mom.
For sure.
And that. So I know it's going to get worse, but don't think it's going to happen like overnight.
Right.
Oh, no.
It's gradual.
It's going to be gradual,
And thank God. I mean, thank God it's not, you don't wake up and like, you don't know anything, I mean, thank goodness it's gradual and.
Right.
Crazy. Okay. People know about this, or do you keep it?
At the beginning, we kept it kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Also, part of the problem that we thought, instead of Alzheimer's, she has a small brain tumor on the left side of her brain.
Yes.
It's called a meningioma.
Okay.
When we saw the primary doctor after we did the memory test, we did an MRI. Came up and said, "Hey, you don't have Alzheimer's, you have brain tumor."
Okay.
And he thought it was something that was affecting the short-term memory.
Gotcha.
we went to a neuro center up here. And
Oh,
the first
horrible.
thing out of the
Horrible.
doctor's mouth was,
Oh no! Tell him everything about from the door from when he started to walk.
As soon as he came into the examining room, he yelled at her saying, "Hey, the meningioma means nothing. You have Alzheimer's." Didn't say, "Hi, how are you? I'm Dr. So-and-so."
Oh, it was awful.
And
He yelled it at me.
from about 15 feet away, maybe 10 to 15 feet away, as he walked in the door, and it was like, and so that got my wife upset.
For sure.
Never wanted to see the gentleman again.
Yeah. And then I didn't.
So then from there, it was like, okay, we'll go to UCLA. And then UCLA goes, well, the first appointment we can get you is like 4 months down the line. So we tried Loma Linda. Hey, the first thing we can get you is 4 months down the line.
Yeah.
So we made both appointments. We were finally supposed to go to UCLA. Carter got sick for a week with a high fever, so we couldn't go.
Yeah.
Cancel that. Next appointment, 4 months down the line. So it wasn't until we've gone to City of Hope, gone to Loma Linda, and that's where we're at.
Where we're at.
Bless your heart. How long have you guys been married?
Stop. Stop.
No.
I should be crying.
No, it's okay.
No,
I really want
is.
honesty and truth.
Yeah.
You know, I
Keep it
want
with you.
realness.
Yeah.
And this is
Yeah.
what I'm getting. And I really, truly appreciate it. Again,
Yeah.
it's not for my,
I know.
you know,
Oh,
it's
no,
just
I
to
agree.
help somebody out. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And it is a hard time, you know, and it is worthy of tears. I mean, I completely understand. You know, this is your wife and you love her and you don't want to see her go down this path but maybe she won't be as bad as others. You know, let's pray that. I mean, I'm praying that for you. That's you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. We met in October of '82.
82. It's been a long time. Yes.
And who'd ever figured we'd be this?
We just did 41 years.
Yeah.
Did you? 40? Gosh almighty. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This month, April.
Yeah. April 7th.
Nice. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So, for you, Mike, has anything changed for you in the sense of, have you added more things to your plate because?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like a juggler. So we have our grandson with us. We juggle his schedule.
Yes.
Juggle my wife's schedule. Juggle my schedule. We got 2 dogs.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at moving.
Yeah.
So my plate's pretty full.
A lot going on in that brain. Yeah. I get that.
One nice thing is Terry used to do all the bills and stuff like that, and she had it all online for the last couple of years. So that
was
part
easy.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's
Good.
easy. That was
Everything else, I try to drive her to all of her appointments. I have to have 2 calendars because I go through her calendar, our calendar, write it on the big calendar.
Okay.
I do 99% of the driving, 100% of the cooking. She does laundry for the most part, but I may be stopping a little bit here and there. So there we go.
Yeah. And she's just so nonchalant about it. Like, oh, well, it is what it is.
and I feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
But, you know, I can cook still. I can do, I can go to the grocery store and come back.
Yes.
And that, and to your to do my nails. And,
absolutely.
you know, to go out, I know how to get to the place that we're going to be living at and stuff. So I just don't feel, it's probably just the beginnings of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I would say it is.
Yeah. You know, and
I wouldn't let her go to LA by herself.
Oh no.
No.
I wouldn't go to LA by myself.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go.
Let her drive to Barstow by herself.
I wouldn't be going to Barstow either.
Yeah. She can go to Starbucks. She can go to the hairdresser. She can see some friends. But, you know, maybe going to our normal grocery store, I don't know if she'd be able to get there. Even though she has an idea where it's at. She may not go the same way we go.
Okay.
And stuff.
Okay. She's just so chill about it, isn't she?
And I think that's part of to do with the medicine
Okay.
that she's on. It's supposed to, I think, calm her down a little bit. So.
Have you noticed a difference with her in the medicine or not just yet?
Yeah, I have, but I've kind of noticed that her memory's a little worse right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Only because, still the same kind of thing as far as the TV shows, but in the process of trying to buy this house, she'll ask something, and then a few minutes later she may ask the same question about something, or she wants to ask questions about the HOA or how to give the people the check for the deposit.
Yes.
But she's probably asked me that 20 times in 3 days. So when do we give them the check? When do we give them the check?
But that's how it always used to be. This way, they take it from our account and that. So
there's just different things I'm noticing. Whether that has something to do with the progression of the disease,
right,
or just the medicine.
Right. Okay.
I have no idea.
We don't go back and see the doctor until
isn't it around the corner?
June or something like that. So.
And will they do another blood test?
We still have to do the blood test that he requested before. After that, she's got a MRI for her brain later today. For the brain tumor. That was requested by Loma Linda, or City of Hope.
No, Loma Linda.
No, your PET scan by Loma Linda. I'm sorry, your PET scan is Loma Linda. The MRI is from City of Hope.
City of Hope, yeah.
So we'll do that. She's got a PET scan next month for Loma Linda. Then in June, I think it is, maybe July. We talk to doctors from both places.
Yeah.
So it is very overwhelming. A lot of appointments, a lot going on in your brain.
Yes.
Well, I didn't mean to do this.
No, of course not. Yeah.
No, I know.
We've got a 15-year-old teenager living with us.
Right, which is not easy.
No, and he's playing golf, and so we've got golf lessons, and he's on the golf team, and I help out with the practice, and I take him to school and pick him up from school. So yeah.
I've heard that you're a busy man, but even more so now, I guess, because of her going on with the medical and stuff.
Yeah. It's a little tough at times.
It is, but we say better for worse, right? Sickness and
Oh yeah, she's stuck with me, so
yeah.
I have my own issues and stuff like that. So.
Right. You guys are a beautiful couple, and I love that.
We're an old couple.
An old couple.
Didn't start out that way.
No,
but that's how we end up. I mean, I've been with my husband 34 years.
Yeah,
I get it. It's a long time, and it is scary. I know he's nervous for me. They all say, "Oh, you don't have anything," and I hope I don't, but I do forget a lot of stuff, Yeah,
and I understand that even when I retired, you forget certain things to start with, and it's almost like your brain is trying to catch up, or relax, and get rid of stuff that you had. So at the beginning, it was fine. I mean, and then you had COVID, and then so there was all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. How long do you think that she's been feeling? How long do you think she's had it? That
I've noticed 2 to 2.5 years. Okay. Maybe a little longer if when she had the knee surgery, if that was the start of it. So it could be 3.5 years. But this July will be 2 years since she had her first MRI. So.
And that's when you found the tumor.
That's when we found the tumor.
Okay.
And that's when we did the first memory test. So probably 3 to 6 months prior to that. Okay. So 2.5 years right now.
Okay. Alrighty. What do you wish people? No. Do you have support? Do you have a support group, or is it just kind of the two of you and Carter?
Yes and no. We have a son who lives in Arizona. He never asked about it or talked about it. We never talked to him about it.
He doesn't have any idea?
Well, he has an idea that it's happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
But our son had issues prior in life with drug addiction. So I don't think his memory is as clear as. Plus, he's on a lot of meds for different medical reasons too. So in that sense, we don't. Really, he's not really supportive. Well, I won't say he's not supportive, but
we really don't.
Out of mind.
Yeah, that type of thing. We don't talk to him about it.
Several of our neighbors know about it because we've been telling them when she first got diagnosed with a brain tumor. And she'd go up and go, "Hey, I may not remember part of this conversation because I've been diagnosed with a brain tumor and stuff like that." So everybody here has been great.
Nice. Good.
They've all asked to help.
Oh, good.
We do have neighbors that ask every day about how she's doing.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Her sister is in Redlands. from what I understand, doesn't believe that she has any issues. But she only talks to her or texts her
once in a while.
Yeah, once in a while. My brother's in Texas, and he knows about it, but he doesn't. It's another thing out of sight, out of mind. Everybody's got their own lives to do.
Right, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I have a buddy that I grew up with. I talk to him every once in a while, and so he'll ask about it. But as far as everything else goes, it's Carter, I, and the neighborhood. So,
do you have anyone to talk to? Like, do you? I mean, because it's got to be hard on you to not.
He should get some support.
Yeah, you don't have anybody that you like. No.
well, I talk to Carter sometimes.
Yes.
I talk to Tom sometimes. Bill and Teresa Long sometimes. Well, Bill sometimes. So
that's good. I'm glad you have somebody to talk to.
And so I do get some relief. I do get to go out and play golf every once in a while.
Good.
I do go out and try and play tennis. And tennis seems to be my release.
Good.
Yeah, he goes almost every Friday or Thursday.
Well, usually they have it 3 days a week, but I don't always get 3 days a week. So
I bet you whack the love out of that ball, huh?
I do.
I bet you do.
I do.
Yeah.
And,
well, good.
We'll play for 2 hours and or 3 hours, and I have some fun and some laughs. And
good.
Yeah.
It goes there.
Right. Good. Well, yeah, because I mean, everybody should have somebody to talk to.
Right.
You know, especially when a loved one is not well. You know, there's a lot in our brains and our hearts. You know, that we need to just get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love being a life coach. I had a traumatic childhood, you know, and I wondered for many, many years, like, why me? Why did I have to go through that? But then one day I said to myself, well, why not me? You know, who am I?
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I do what I do. I feel like the Lord allowed me to go through these things so I then could help somebody else one day, you know, and I'm just hoping that your story, for the two of you, whether it be a caregiver or somebody who actually is diagnosed, I'm just hoping that this one day will help somebody. You know, if they're sad and home and in bed and don't know what to do, and they just type up, you know, Alzheimer's, what if ours pops up, and what if your story helps them? You know, I mean, that's what it's all about for me. That's what my whole life has become. I just want to help people out. You know,
no, and I agree.
And people don't talk about these things nearly enough. You know, like I've done, like at my other podcast, I did one on domestic violence. People don't talk about those things. You know, it's just sort of like a taboo, but these things happen, you know, so it's so good to talk about it.
Yeah.
So that's why I appreciate so much you guys doing this, because I do know it's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it in your eyes and then your heart is hurting, but I truly appreciate this.
I'm feeling bad now.
Oh,
you know,
it hurts to see him hurt.
Yes,
sure.
I don't want him to be hurt.
No, I know.
So
I know.
I mean, we've all got our issues.
We do.
I mean, I have medical issues that's going on too. So, but you know, we're still very blessed.
For sure.
Oh,
for sure.
I can't complain.
Yeah.
Right. God has been good to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be worse, but it could be better.
Absolutely.
But for the most part, we're very blessed. We've got a roof over our head. We got food in our belly.
Yep.
You know.
Honestly, we couldn't ask for much more.
No.
You know, it's true. It's true. You know, it's funny because people think that, you know, movie stars and comedians and all this, they're so happy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I use Robin Williams all the time. Like, look at him. I mean, we all thought he was happy, and he was dying inside. You know, I mean, it's such a sad. Money doesn't bring happiness.
No,
it really doesn't.
It doesn't.
We have it's the roof over our head and the people that we're with. You know.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm so glad that she's not bad. You know, and that you get to spend this time with her. And it's kind of like, in my mind, it's like we get this time, so we know where she could head, right? But because she's not there yet, it's like you have this time to enjoy with her and spend with her, you know, and make those memories before she does forget. If she, you know, hopefully she won't, but we don't know how it'll
and you don't know how long or when, you know, and stuff. So, and maybe they'll come up with a thing to cure Alzheimer's. Who knows?
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Wouldn't it be amazing?
Yeah.
I would love it.
Oh, I know. I'm doing another podcast soon. A guy that we went to high school with. So he's 53 and he has dementia. And so we're going to do one on that too. And I don't even know what what is the difference? Do you even know?
Sure.
It's, how you can put it? Dementia is part of Alzheimer's, but it's in I think the later states.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because I can recognize people.
Yes.
In that.
Yes.
At this point. And I walk around here all the time and things like that and stuff. And I don't go because I go out the gate,
Yes.
walk outside, and
Yes.
come back in the gate and all of that.
And you feel comfortable doing
And I
that?
feel comfortable doing that.
I have no problem with her doing that.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just told me that the other day that she's walking outside the gates, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I'm so glad that she feels she can do
And
it.
you want to know something?
Yes.
When I go through that gate, it's a whole different feeling for me. You know, in here it's nice and everything, but it's like it's more open.
You feel free.
I feel more free,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that. So, and you know, the last couple of days I haven't because it's so cold.
It's been freezing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like to walk around when it's that
No.
She
cold.
doesn't like when it's cold.
It's been cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. So, if there's something, and I don't know if this would even be you can even answer this just yet, but like, is there something that you wish people could understand about Alzheimer's, or are you not there yet?
No,
Yeah.
not there.
Okay. Good. Let's hope we never have to get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, for you again. Does knowing that she has this Alzheimer's, does it make you nervous for yourself? Like, oh God, I hope I don't get this. Or do you feel anything like, do you lose your memory at all or no?
No, I just didn't think this is the way we'd spend retirement.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear this so often from seniors.
But there again, I didn't think we'd have
Carter, yeah.
Carter. Yeah.
We don't ever, to me, COVID taught us that plans mean nothing.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because, I mean, everybody's life stopped on March 13th, you know, really, truly, around the country, the world,
The
right?
world. Exactly.
Yeah. So we all can make plans and hope for the best, but, you know, and I do hear it often. I do nails. I have a lot of seniors, and a lot of people I hear, this is not how we thought
Yeah.
we would spend our retirement.
Oh, no.
I never thought I would get Alzheimer's.
I know.
You know?
See, and even though Terry has the Alzheimer's, I have a rare genetic cancer
Yes.
that has a kid. It came back after 45 years.
Mm-hmm. And on Facebook, one of it came back on someone, and they were real shocked that it came back.
So
you've been in remission for 45 years.
Well,
yeah, it's my cancer's a bizarre thing. It's a pheochromocytoma, excuse me, or
okay.
periganglioma.
Uh-huh.
They're
about the
related.
same thing.
One's in the adrenal gland, one's normally on the outside of the adrenal gland.
Uh-huh.
So when I was 15, I had a large tumor that they found under my appendix
Okay.
that had probably been there from anywhere from since I was 5 to 8 years old.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Took them until I was just about 15 before they found it.
Wow.
It was gone. Came back when I turned 60. Has a large tumor behind my left shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Lost 3 ribs.
Lost 3 ribs. It's in the bones.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the bones light up every once in a while. So I do my PET scan and radiation and stuff like that. I never thought that would come back.
Right.
But,
Mhm.
So we both have our journeys.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all, yeah.
We're just on different roads.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
I want to be here to help him.
Yes, I know
With
you
his.
do. I know you do.
I you know, and I really I wish they would come up with some kind of a cure
For sure.
for the Alzheimer's
Mhm.
or medication to help not get to the violence and the forgetting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I am comfortable driving around in local
Mhm.
and that, and I think
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Something far, I wouldn't let her do.
Yeah.
yeah,
I wouldn't
'Cause-
want her to do it either.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I would, if I did, I would have written out everything
Mhm.
so that I could, okay, yeah, I got to get off of this or whatever and all of that stuff. So,
Well, at least you know what to do and you're prepared for it. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
mhm.
okay, well, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't like the fact that I have it, but that's,
No.
you know,
No,
you know,
I
And even
know.
when her mom lived with us for a
Yeah.
little bit, and there was different.
It
Some of the
was-
stories were funny.
Mm-hmm.
She spent a weekend with us, and
oh,
I was
God.
going to work one morning, and it's 5:30 in the morning, and I'm walking, and her mom opens up her bedroom door, and
She's
Stand-
naked.
Oh,
she's naked except for wearing a bra,
uh-huh.
and just talking to me like it's no big deal.
No big
And
deal.
it's like, hi, Mom, how you doing? Fine.
She had no idea.
Yeah,
No
I said,
idea.
I'm going to go talk to Terry. So I went back and saw Terry. She's just getting up. And I said, hey, your mom's up. She goes, oh, is she okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hate to tell you this. You're not going to be attractive at that age. You know?
Yeah, I was going, well, I don't think anybody's really attractive at that age anyway, but,
Took her to Maverick came up here.
oh,
And she was comatose during the whole game.
You're
and then
kidding.
A foul
Oh,
ball came,
and
and
she
she caught the foul ball
barehanded.
barehanded and went back to being comatose.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
No,
She
that
went-
ball came right at her and
Yeah.
boom. she had her hand up and she caught it barehanded.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then
That's when the
she
Mavericks.
when the Mavericks were up
Yeah.
here.
Oh, it was.
But then, in the same sense, she got lost walking on our block because I didn't have the police car in our driveway.
Yeah.
And she disappeared for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's different things.
That's where.
You know, I've seen a lot of people with dementia or Alzheimer's or confusion during work.
Oh, I'm sure for work you saw many things.
Talk to them and they seem perfectly normal. And then you'd ask them a question like, "Who's the president right now?" And they'd go, "Nixon." It's like, "All right, thank you."
Yeah.
And you knew something.
Yes.
But they would be able to carry on the conversation with no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 weeks later, you find out that something happened to them and they're no longer here. So
yeah,
crazy.
and it doesn't affect everybody. You know,
No,
I mean,
no.
and
it's different. Her mom got agitated at times and fought with her roommates at times.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
I don't want to get to that.
No.
And living in a 55 and over community,
Mm-hmm.
we have some people whose parents have been Alzheimer's or dementia, and they roam the streets or they bang on the doors or
Yeah.
they come out naked out of the house. So,
And I go over and help Barbara
Yes.
because she's much older than us.
well, she's about 10 years old.
10 years older, and her husband's not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
He's fallen quite a few times since we've been here. The last fall, he was trying to come out in the wheelchair, and he fell in halfway in the garage and halfway in the like our garage door and stuff. And we had to call the ambulance, and then he hit his head hard, and that was the end of him walking. She gets him up. And I look at her and I said, "Barbara, you're going to hurt yourself." Well, she hurt her back. So now she got injections in her lower back, the spasm for the pain and that, and it's been good. But she really is working hard to keep him around, you know.
It's
and
hard.
It's hard. He lives, his life is in a hospital bed in the living room.
And if he gets up into the recliner, that's a big day.
That's a big.
Yeah.
Today he's up in the recliner.
Is he? Oh, you've been already?
I've already.
He goes over there several times.
So Barbara looks for me, you know, and I think I'm helping her.
Oh, I believe you are.
You know, to be able to talk to me, and I talk to her and things. And I've told her, I said, but Barbara and I, when it first happened and he came home, we both agreed that he was going to be dying. And that was what?
3 to 6 months ago. So.
3 or 6 months ago. Yeah. I told Barbara the other day, I said, "I don't think he's going to go anywhere." And Barbara says, "I don't think so either."
Oh, wow.
You know, and she's really nice about it. You know, we talk very honestly about it and things like that. So
it's nice. It's nice that you have somebody to talk to also.
Yeah. And it's just a way of how I feel to helping somebody.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I gather that from you that I mean, she seems like such a kind soul.
Yeah,
you
Terry,
know? Yeah.
Terry's more generous than I am.
Yeah.
I've heard that before. I've heard opposites attract, you know? If you were both givers, that'd be a problem, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind giving somebody money if they needed it.
Her heart is extremely kind, yeah.
I have to pull it in everywhere.
And he does. And I said, okay, you know.
Yes.
And that. So
yeah.
If I got $20 in my wallet and I see someone that needs to eat or whatever, I'll give them $20 and go get something to eat. Probably get something to drink, you know, but and that. But
he's seen more, you know, you've seen more than she's seen. You've been an
I
officer.
deal more with the public.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know half the time these people probably don't need it or they're on some sort of a drug or whatever.
And he tells me that all the time.
Yeah.
In that. So and I go, I understand.
Yeah.
You know.
I
don't think I've ever really gotten mad at you or anything.
For me telling you not to do something?
Yeah.
There may be one or two, but usually it's not.
It's not.
I just say, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
And then I'll go, we talk about it a little bit.
She knows that I am, as she calls it, cheap. Or I call it frugal. But
frugal.
Cheap.
I'm extremely frugal. I get frugal.
So we go that way. If she wants to donate something, it's like, can we bring it down maybe a little bit?
I want to donate to all sorts of things sometimes.
I know.
And you really can't do that. So I've kind of slowed down on that.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Good.
Good. He doesn't know some of it. No.
Oh, I do.
I know.
It's when the fraud protection thing comes out.
Yeah. You get that too, huh?
We get that. We've had to cancel credit cards.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well,
for different little things, whether it's we get hacked or
We got hacked. Mine
she
got
tries to buy something online and then
It
it's
dings
not
you.
the right, or
Right.
she'll try to get something through Facebook and it's not the right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
thing,
I
it's
stopped
like,
doing
yeah.
that.
So for a while you were going through credit cards a little bit.
Okay.
So we kept, but it's been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And
Good.
I'm happy
Yes. What brings you joy?
having him right here by me.
I believe
Mhm.
that. I do believe that. She talks about you with
I know.
the kindest, never a negative word about you that I've heard.
Oh, I've heard.
Oh, you've heard it? Oh, of course you have. You're the husband, but
Yeah.
she's never ever
No.
said a negative word about you.
No.
She's a very good person. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
Yeah.
I'm
this is where
blessed.
we were supposed to be. So
Amen. I'm blessed to have her as a friend for sure. And I
Mhm.
know my mom adores her. She does. She's like, Terry is the nicest lady. I said, I know she is. I love her. She calls me babe. Hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
Yep. I'm
babe.
coming over, babe.
Because
I love
I
it.
can't remember her name.
Oh, that's why I'm your babe. Huh?
yeah, there could be some truth to that.
That
too.
could be very
Hey,
truthful.
I'm
so.
okay with it. I'm okay with it. That's so cute.
Yeah.
I love it. So, babe is the
But
name.
she's never been good with names.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I've never been.
So if we see somebody walking up to
Even-
us and I know us, I'll go, here's so-and-so,
Uh-huh.
here's so-and-so.
Even when I was in real estate,
Yes.
I was a real estate broker,
Yes.
and I would not remember names. Because you get so many of them calling all the time, and the agents and things like that, and it's like, ugh, I don't have enough room in my head,
Right.
So,
Now, when you quit doing that,
Mhm.
how long has it been since you quit doing real estate?
oh,
It was
What?
kind of, well, there was a lot of things that came. So I had major surgery in
Yes.
2018
Okay.
to remove the tumor.
Okay.
In 2019, she had a new hip done.
Yeah.
In 2020, she had a new
New
knee
knee
done.
done.
Oh,
Then
man.
you had COVID come in,
yeah.
and then she
So
stopped doing the real estate. So
Okay.
I just
everything kind of came together
I hadn't done enough of it, like
during COVID.
doing COVID
Uh-huh.
and doing being ill and that, and Teresa, my business partner,
Mhm.
and there were so many changes, and there's still a lot of major
I bet.
changes. I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I said, Teresa, you go ahead, take it over, and that, and she did.
Uh-huh.
So, and I just stopped.
Do you think that her not working anymore may have?
Yeah, there's a lot of things to go towards that.
Mhm.
When she was working, she
Worked.
could do a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
She could multitask quite
Uh-huh.
a bit when
Right.
she was working.
Mhm.
With COVID going on, with the surgeries going
Mhm.
on, and maybe it was the start of Alzheimer's then.
Mhm.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't
it
know.
was the fact of, then my dad passed away in 2020.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we've had a lot of things going.
Mhm.
I think it was just a combination of everything.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
could I say, this was exactly why it happened? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
But you throw everything together,
Mhm.
something's going to stick on the wall.
For sure.
And it was probably just something like that. And then, she started taking life maybe a little easier. The brain wasn't working as hard.
Yeah.
And
It's
things
probably
just started to happen.
Yeah.
I could remember everything.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Back then.
she was really good. And at one time I was going to get my license, which I did. But then I got sick, so
Mhm.
that kind of screwed that up too.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And after having the surgery, it's like, I don't want to do anything like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
And he was
so,
hurting.
Yeah. I mean, you throw the age in it, you throw all the other stuff we've got going on, you throw COVID,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of things that just pile up.
So
Mhm.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
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 And now, whether if it was that or it's just that was your ride, that
Mhm.
that's when you got on the merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mhm.
Do you feel like? You feel like when you started to?
Honestly, no.
No.
Honestly, I don't.
Mhm.
But
She
I'm-
was arguing with me, thinking that when we first started talking about it, that
yeah, I
She
really
didn't have
don't. I honestly didn't think I had Alzheimer's, and that because I'm 72 already.
Right.
My mom got it early, and I just didn't think it would be coming,
Mhm.
and that. So
Yet here we are.
here we are, Yes.
I don't think her age has anything to do with that.
and that's what.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I've seen people who are
there are.
100 years old, still
Yeah.
driving 100 miles an hour coming back
Yeah.
from Vegas.
I know. That's
Um,
crazy.
So a lot of it, age may have had a part of it, but
Mhm.
I don't think the fact that her memory, even though she was saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm 70 or 72,"
Mhm.
a lot of people at that age still have very sharp
Sharp
memory.
Oh, yeah.
memories. Yeah.
So I don't think age had to do with.
Well, I have a sister-in-law who just turned 40, and she just got diagnosed with dementia at 38.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
yeah, that was hard to swallow.
Yeah.
That was a hard pill. I mean, you don't think
just
at that
don't
age
know.
that's going to happen.
You just don't know.
Yeah.
And you're handed this. You've got to do the best that you can with what we've got. You know,
Everybody's got their
own.
Yeah. I think you told me that you don't go out as much, especially to the functions, right? Because you sometimes forget the names,
Right.
or you don't want to be embarrassed. You know, I think you've said something
Probably.
like that, right? That. Do you notice her being a bit more recluse?
She was for a while. Right now, not so much.
Not so much.
But last year, because we do the summer concerts here, so we'd say, hey, you know, concert tonight. No, I don't think I want to go. And it's like, okay, well, we bought the tickets. Can we go? Or maybe we'll go for the first half. And so there again, I think that was towards the beginning. Even when we walked around, she stopped going to. She was working on one of the committees in here, so she got off the committee because, and part of that was because we knew she had at least the brain tumor. We hadn't been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, so she knew that she was getting forgetful.
Right.
So I think she was getting more isolated because even at that time she was not going next door to talk to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So she did isolate herself.
You did. What made you come out of your shell again? Any idea?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You
just felt I'm ready to do it.
I'm ready to do it, or whatever.
Okay.
I mean, I've always been one to want to help people and that. And it did go away for a while, but it's kind of back, and I feel sorry. Her kids don't live close enough to come every day and that. And they've got their lives. She's got a daughter who's an RN and works in an institution with Alzheimer's patients.
You're kidding me. Interesting.
No. Yeah.
Have you spoken to her daughter?
No.
No.
I mean, just in passing, but nothing.
Nothing.
Not about.
No. I'm not. I don't think I'm even ready for that yet, and stuff. But my thing is, I keep telling him, if I do get that bad, you just put me in a locked facility. You can come visit me, or if you don't want to, that's okay. Because I probably won't remember. Yeah. You know, at that point, which would be awful. But
extremely hurtful.
It's something that you just gotta have to deal with and realize.
Yeah.
You know.
I think you've also said, like, I'm 70. I got to die of something.
Oh,
you know. I mean, it is true. My dad has said that before. My dad has. Well, we don't know if he's in remission or not because he doesn't want to go back to the doctor to see if he has it or not.
Most men are like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's true. Yeah. And he says, I just don't want to even talk about it. You know, we're just not going to talk about it. Okay.
It's kind of like the out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, men
you can
differently than women do certain things.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just here, and
that's it. We all have the Lord can take you whenever He wants you.
Yeah.
And
matter
He does.
Sitting on the toilet,
or whether you have Alzheimer or not.
Alzheimer's, you're in a car, you're walking your dog.
Yep.
You just never know when it's your
never
last breath. Yeah, for sure. I had a friend that was in her early 30s, went to the restroom and never came back out. She had a brain aneurysm on the toilet.
Yeah.
My mom did too.
Did she really?
Yeah, but she had the same cancer that I had.
Yeah.
But she just never knew about it.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
Yeah.
It's a very rare cancer. Not a lot of people have it. And when they...
What things you read, anywhere from 2 to 5 or 2 to 8 people per million.
Per million, yeah. So,
are you in pain from it?
A little bit.
I have different things since I've got it in the bones. The last 5 months since Thanksgiving, I've had 3 different weeks of the radiation. One to basically the butt area, one to the groin area, and now the second lumbar. So I get discomfort, whether if it has to do that or age. Then I also have degenerative disc. I have arthritis. So they're all in the same spot. So,
but he never stops.
No.
Yeah, she's told me that many times. He just keeps on going.
He keeps on going.
Well, because I think sometimes when we stop, I feel like sometimes that's when things just catch up, you know, and it's just like,
Yeah, there'll be a day I won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
And that's so.
He does things that I wish he wouldn't do
Yeah.
sometimes. But
Now, when we move, I may not be able to move the things I used to move.
yeah,
Right.
well, I already told him we're going to have to get movers.
Movers, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't bend the way I used to. That's part of age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't heal as fast as I used to, so
Yeah.
that's part of age.
It is.
It is.
So it's just, I look at it as everything's your new normal.
Absolutely. That's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing we can do about
There's
it.
and there's nothing I can do about my Alzheimer's.
Right, right.
We'll deal with it as it comes,
Mhm.
That's it. Some days are better than others. Some
Yeah.
days are
Right.
crappy. But
Yeah.
as far as the good days, they're still here.
Thank
Yeah.
God. Thank
Thank
God.
God.
She hasn't had really any bad days, and she
No.
doesn't get upset over super little things. Now, she does get picky about if the house is cluttered sometimes, and it's not every day. It'll
Mhm.
be once every 3 weeks. She'll look at the kitchen counter and go, "Why is this stuff here?" And then it's like, "Uh-oh." So I'll go to Carter and go, "Hey, Grandma's got something going today.
Mm.
Let's keep it on the low profile
Okay.
and stuff like that.
All
Just
right.
pick up
Mm-hmm.
or don't argue about it, and it's just little things."
And we don't discuss this in front of him.
Oh,
He
okay.
knows.
He does
he,
know,
he
but
knows.
he
He knows.
Uh-huh.
But
He
that's,
just doesn't know what to think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you know what at 15? How are you
Yeah.
going to know?
He's got his own things he has to worry about.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
so-
course. Yeah.
Mhm.
He doesn't need any of this.
No, this
No.
is grown up stuff. This
Yeah.
is grown up stuff. And
Exactly.
he's so close to being a grown up. Let him enjoy his childhood as much as he can. You
That's
know?
it. You should
Yeah.
make it as long as possible.
As
Absolutely.
long as
Because
possible.
mom and dad have their own issues.
Yeah.
And they're not always in the picture.
They went to lunch.
It's being taped, so.
Oh, okay. We won't talk about that.
Do
He
that.
says, please let's
Okay.
not do that right now.
Yeah.
I get that.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
Just in case.
Just in
Yes.
case.
Yeah, you never know.
Uh-huh.
You never
You
know.
never know. That's
Yeah.
right. Well, is there anything else that you think that anybody would want to or would need to know? A caregiver or even somebody that is, you going through Alzheimer's. Is there anything that?
There really isn't anything. I mean, he's been really good about when I can't remember what date it is or what day of the week. I constantly look at my phone to make sure that, okay, it is Friday.
Mm.
I look at the calendar,
Mhm.
and that type of thing.
Yeah.
So he's never been mean or yelling at me or any of that kind of stuff,
Thank
And
God,
I
yeah.
really try to stay as alert
Yeah,
if
for
I
sure.
want,
Yeah.
that I can be,
Mm-hmm.
and that.
Normally she does really well. I find myself that I have to be a little more understanding.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
Yeah.
I can understand that too.
I'm sure you have to bite your tongue a few times. Huh?
There are.
Yeah.
But, I'm sure she has to do it with me too on normal day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it does get a little frustrating sometimes to go over the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you'll think to yourself, man, we just talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
Or, oh, that's the fifth time,
Mm-hmm.
in the last 10 minutes or something. So in that sense, I have to be more understanding, more courteous, more compassionate.
And that's not always easy.
No, it isn't.
Because
There are times, like anybody, you get fed up,
yes.
Mhm.
and then you go, wow.
Right. Yeah.
And, but that has not happened.
And he hasn't done anything like that to me. So
When she was first getting agitated, we noticed that we would both get upset,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'd get quiet.
Mm.
And we'd end up apologizing to each other,
Mm-hmm.
but it'd be 4 hours or 5 hours down. Not that we didn't stop talking to each other.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just that we got quiet, and maybe I would go to the gym with Carter, or I'd go play golf or play tennis, and she would go to bed and watch TV or something, and then we'd get back together and say, all right, we apologize to each other.
Mhm.
But nothing.
So be graceful, I guess. Right. Try to.
Yeah.
and I don't think we've really
No,
fought or anything like
we
that.
Don't fight. We've
Mhm.
never really fought anyway.
Yeah.
We argue sometimes, but
Mhm.
for the most part, I don't think we had an argument in the first 30 years we were married.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on my side, I have
Mhm.
to be more understanding.
Mhm.
Because I don't exactly know everything she's going through.
Right.
Whoopee!
You see the outside of it, but you don't see what's going on in the inside.
I don't even know what's going on in the inside
Yeah.
sometimes,
I don't either. So
Yeah. I try to flow with the roll or roll with the flow
Yeah.
or whatever it is, it's going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's how I feel with the Alzheimer now, because since I'm diagnosed with it, I'm just going to have to do what I have to do. And if I get to the really bad stages, I really want him to put me someplace.
Yeah, I can understand that. Do you think you will?
Because it's going to wear and tear on
I
him.
know that's got to be such a decision to
Yeah.
make. So hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she goes on life support, I can only keep her there for 3 days. She's already told me that.
Okay.
Yeah, I already told him that.
Yeah.
So
Don't. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
After 3 days, I'm not coming back. So, you know.
I've told her just to prop me up in the corner and milk the state for everything she can get out of my pension. So I don't care if I decay out there.
Right.
No.
Oh, so
No.
sweet.
We're being realistic
For sure.
at this point.
Yeah.
You know, we're trying to make the best that we can do.
Well, we need help down the line,
Yeah. He really does a lot of things I wish he wouldn't do, you know, because of his back and the cancer and all of that.
Yeah.
So, but he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
He does not stop. He will do everything and anything.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, we're here for each other. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You guys seem to have a beautiful relationship.
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I know it can be frustrating. I know it can be sad. I know it can be hard, but I mean, it just seems like you have a really good bond and like a really good understanding of each other. You have this cancer that she's feeling for you, and she's got this Alzheimer, and then you're feeling for her. And it's like, you know, what a beautiful thing that you guys get to go through this together and help one another out. I mean, as crappy as it can be, you know, it seems like you guys are taking it.
And I want him, Carter, to be on the right place.
Yes.
Yeah. We do a lot for him. We want him to have a chance in life. So.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're pushing him to go to JC first.
College,
For college.
Yes.
You know, and we're talking about he's 15 and a half. He's going to want to start driving, you know, and what are we going to do with that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, my son's best friend is 18 and he just got his card. He's getting his he's taking his test Monday, the 21st. Right. And so she got insurance for him, and she called me yesterday and said insurance is $400 a month for him at 18.
At 18.
And his mom and dad are not going to.
They're not going to
pay for it. So
no.
They don't have anything.
Don't have a penny.
He is so blessed to have you guys, and you know, and really, what an example for him to see true love. You know, understanding, helping one another out. Maybe he wouldn't have gotten that with where he was before. So you know, it all happens for a reason.
Oh yeah. I think this is where we're supposed to be. So.
I do agree with that fully.
Yeah, exactly.
As hard as it is, I do. I agree. Yeah, it's
like
all.
I said, we're very blessed. I can't.
We really have been very blessed.
I can't really complain. So
yeah, bless your heart. You're a sweet soul. You are a sweet soul.
He is.
He is. Yes, and as are you. I just adore you, and you know, I mean, I plan to come around as long as you'll allow me to come around. You know, I mean, if she's forgetting things, I don't care. You know, I just think I just adore her.
Well, she wants you to continue on her nails, so and the masseuse part. So.
I am here for it.
Definitely.
Yes. Monday. Yes, Monday.
Yes.
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, she has her chart days, you know, for sure.
I will have good days and I will have bad days.
And I think that's very normal.
And I think that's very normal.
Yeah,
like,
I think everybody does that.
Everybody has that.
Alzheimer's or no Alzheimer's. I mean,
exactly.
it's part of life.
Exactly.
But
and I don't know how long it goes to get worse. I watched my mother, but it was so subtle changes.
Right.
And it wasn't like, 30 days here, 45 days, you know, and things like that. Or 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yes.
It just changed.
It just comes as it comes.
And what she did all the time was walk in the facility and smoke.
Okay.
She was walking and smoking or sitting and smoking, but she would just keep walking and walking. Because she was a night nurse.
That's right.
RN, you know, and that's what she did.
I don't think we noticed her, well, with her mom.
Yeah.
And her mom lived in Whittier at the time by herself. When we would go see her, we noticed that there was burn patches in the carpet.
Yeah.
She would, apparently when she smoked, she'd forget, or she'd leave the burner on.
Yeah.
So all her carpet had round little holes that they cut out in the closet carpet.
Oh.
And then she used to be a swimmer.
She swam all the
swim.
Yeah.
So then there was that. And then when she was in locked facilities, we'd see her. Terry would give her a cigarette, and she would do just one long drag.
And
that
was it.
You'd just see the ash go all the way down, and then she'd ask for another cigarette, and just do the same thing. And she'd go, "Oh, hi, how are you doing?"
Wow.
And then see you 2 minutes. "Oh, hi, how are you doing?" And that was her whole routine. So it was kind of tough.
Yeah.
It was hard for Terry. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One of her sisters ever got involved. And
yeah, Jeannie.
The other sister was.
Well, my Jeannie was abused by my dad sexually, and
it messed her up.
It messed her up.
It did.
And Leo live in Palm Springs, and I just sent her $500 because they have no money. Yeah. You know, and I always ask him first.
Yes.
I don't just
like
do
I said,
it.
I'm more frugal and cheap.
Yeah.
So I start low, she starts high. We work our way to the
We get to the middle somewhere, you know.
Yeah.
And my baby sister, she's in
Redlands.
Redlands.
She's the one that lives in the park or by the park?
Yes.
This private, it's not a private. What is it? Prospect.
Oh, okay.
She's got the gardener's house. And it's a 2-bedroom. It's not more than 1,000 feet. And that house can sell for over $1 million.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right now.
I'm sure.
She takes care of her husband. Passed away. He had cancer, and the father is still alive.
Oh,
and
his dad.
Okay. He's very well to do.
Okay,
but she takes care of him. None of the other kids does anything for him. He's written his will, and he's written a letter with that will. If you don't listen to what I'm doing, because Janet's getting everything, because they never did anything for him. And if they try anything, it's going to be hell to pay, you know?
Yeah.
And so my baby sister's going to be set for her life, you know?
Yeah.
And she'll live there till she dies, I'm sure. It's a real cute little house.
That's cool.
You know?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and stuff. So, you know.
Good.
And my other sister, Jeannie and Leo, live in Palm Springs. And they don't do jack. They don't. I can't imagine.
Right.
Living
Such different lives, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Same with our son.
Yeah.
He's 41. He's got his life going. He does things differently than we do. My brother, I love him dearly. He's in Texas. We're never very close, but we're still brothers. We, everybody does their own.
You gotta do your own show.
Yeah,
and
for
stuff,
sure.
So
meet up when we can meet up, and we all have our own lives.
That's it. You got to take it day by day.
Yes.
Or minute by minute, hour by hour.
Right. Sometimes you got to take second by second.
Exactly.
Well, you guys, I appreciate this truly.
Oh, no problem.
No problem.
It was so nice to meet you as well. I've heard amazing things about you from my mom and Terry.
Oh, now you're going to tell everybody my big crybaby.
No, I will not. We'll keep it our little
cries.
I cry at movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
So it doesn't.
I cry at commercials for sure.
I've done that.
He does.
Even if I see the same show over and over again, sometimes something will just hit me.
Okay.
There's a movie called My Life. I don't know if you've seen it. It's old. It's with Nicole Kidman and Michael Keaton. And in the movie, Michael Keaton has cancer, and she's pregnant. So he's going around videotaping, so the baby will know who he is.
Yeah.
I mean, when I want to cry and I can't cry, I'll just put that one on, and it just comes out every single time. There's never, So I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to keep you guys any longer.
Okay.
I'm just truly grateful for this, and
No
I do
problem.
hope that one day this helps somebody. Somebody will get a hold of it and be like, okay, we can do this. Yeah,
I agree.
I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Whatever.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
All
I'm going
right.
to turn her off.
Thank
And
you.
I will let you guys be, because we all have things going on in life, right?